GK Kids.
The Crane Saint and the Crab. In a forest region, there was a large pond. Because it had plenty of food for all kinds of creatures, many different creatures, birds, fish, turtles, and crabs lived there. Nearby lived a crane who didn't like to work hard at all. His eyesight was weak. Catching fish required effort, which he disliked. So, due to his laziness, he often remained hungry. Standing on one leg, he kept thinking about how he could get food every day without any effort. One day, he thought of a solution and decided to try it out. The crane stood by the pond and started crying. A crab saw him crying and came near to ask, "Uncle, what's the matter? Instead of hunting for fish, why are you standing here crying?" The crane took a deep breath and, with a choked voice, said, "Son, I've done enough hunting of fish. I won't commit this sinful act anymore. My conscience has awakened. That's why I'm not catching the fish that come near me. You can see for yourself." The crab said, "Uncle, if you don't hunt and eat, won't you die?" The crane took another deep breath and said, "It would be better to die, son. Anyway, we all have to die soon. I've learned that a 12-year drought is going to strike soon." The crane told the crab that he learned this from a seer whose predictions never go wrong. The crab went and told everyone that the crane had chosen the path of sacrifice and devotion and that a drought was coming. All the creatures in the pond, fish, turtles, crabs, ducks, and herons, rushed to the crane and said, "Saint Uncle, now you must show us a way to survive. Use your wisdom, you have become very wise." The crane thought for a moment and said that there is a reservoir a few miles away where a mountain stream flows into it. It never dries up. If all the creatures from the pond moved there, they could be saved. The problem was how to get there. The crane saint also solved this problem. "I will take you one by one on my back to the reservoir because now the rest of my life will be spent serving others." All the creatures joyfully shouted, "Hail the crane saint!" Now the crane saint was having the time of his life. Every day he took one creature on his back and, after going a bit further, he would drop it on a rock, kill it, and eat it. Sometimes, in a good mood, the saint would make 2 trips and feast on 2 creatures. The number of animals in the pond began to decrease. The pile of bones near the rock grew, and the saint's health improved. Eating well, he became quite fat. His face became rosy, and his feathers shone with the glow of fat. Seeing him, other creatures would say, "Look at the rewards and blessings the saint is getting for serving others." The crane saint laughed heartily to himself. He thought, "Look at how many foolish creatures there are in the world who believe everything. In a world of such fools, a little cleverness can bring a lot of enjoyment. Without any effort, you can have a grand feast." This went on for many days. One day, the crab said to the crane, "Uncle, you have taken so many animals to the reservoir, but my turn hasn't come yet." The saint said, "Son, today is your turn. Come, sit on my back." The crab happily sat on the crane's back. When they reached near the rock and saw the pile of bones, the crab realized something was wrong. He stammered, "What's this pile of bones? How far is the reservoir, uncle?" The crane saint laughed loudly and said, "Fool, there is no reservoir. I bring each one here and eat them. Today, it's your turn to die." The crab understood everything. He shivered but didn't lose courage. He immediately extended his claws and gripped the wicked crane's neck tightly, squeezing until the crane's life was snuffed out. Then the crab returned to the pond with the crane saint's severed head and told all the creatures the truth about how the wicked crane saint had been deceiving them. Moral: never blindly trust anyone's words. In times of trouble, act with patience and wisdom.